We're rolling. Whenever you're ready.
Welcome back to Are You Worried, Darling?
Episode 2.
Yeah. I'm Anais, Girl Pois.
I am Tasha.
I don't know why I gave my full name. Maybe I'm...
I think it's because I did it episode 1. We need to get on board with what we're doing.
And now we're going to have stalkers, which is big concerning. Something I'm worried about now.
Are you worried, darling?
Absolutely.
What's been worrying you this week?
I'm on TikTok, so I have a TikTok addiction, which most people do, I think, right? I'm not alone.
Yeah, I mean, I mainly do it through Instagram, but I just scroll through Reels all day.
Okay, so this is why you're, like, I had to tell you about the stay-at-home girlfriend trend that's going on TikTok right now. Yeah.
I'm not happy. Now I'm worried. I wish I didn't know.
Basically, it's like a trend where all these young women, they're like 25, are like cleaning the flat. Lucas knows about this.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Where he's like, just cleaning the flat, and then like they're just like doing all these like little chores while their boyfriend's at work. Like, they're not married. There's no guarantee that this money's coming back for them. They could get dumped at any point.
Yeah,
and they're like doing his laundry.
I also just think like men need to stop trying to fuck their mum. Like, it's so concerning to me. Like, they're like, I want a woman who like makes like get. I saw one where she got him out of bed. Like, she opened the blinds and untucked him. Like, men need to stop trying to fuck
It
their
wasn't
mum.
even a blowjob.
She put his trousers on like he's getting ready for school in the
One
morning.
leg at a time.
Like, come on, Henry, you're gonna be late.
It's so she made him like a coffee to go because like what he'd like laid in so late he couldn't drink it at home. It's literally like having a child.
That's so.
But it's also like it's a boyfriend, so like you're not engaged. There's no way that you're like for sure going to have this security for the rest of your life. Like, I don't feel like I want to do anything for anyone if I don't feel like there's some sort of security backed, you know? Like he dumps you. Does she have savings? Like, does she get an allowance that she could like put on the side? Like,
Surely.
could she gone girl the situation out? That's what I think
I've
about.
kind of always wanted to do that. I think I got the wrong message from that film. I remember me and my girlfriends watching Gone Girl, and they were like, "Oh my god, she's crazy," and I was like there with a notepad, like, "This is inspiring." Like,
I mean, she played the game well, is what I think.
do you think these men call them mummy in the bedroom? That's all I want to know.
I don't think so. I think they think they're dom.
Oh.
No, but I do, because like I think it's not like really talked to, like I've recently decided to explore my dominant side in the bedroom with one guy. And it's really empowering. Like, you're just like, I like now understand why men love sex, because you're just like, I was like jerking him off, right? and he was like, go faster, and I just let go. And I was like, oh my God. And he was like dying, but he was like turned on. I was like, I love this. Like, I could, like, I don't want to really jerk him off, and I can just stop and act like it's part of the game.
I think you've got to tell the most crucial part of the story, because the bit that had me dying was that he was wearing a condom during all of this.
Yeah, he told me, he was like, oh, it would be so cruel, mistress, if you made me come in the condom. And I was like, oh, yeah, I didn't think about that, but yeah, great idea. Like, I don't have to clean this up.
The idea of being...
I'm not a stay-at-home girlfriend.
The idea of being a dom is fun, but like I wouldn't be able to keep a straight face if they were then like mistress or mummy. I'd be like, you're ridiculous.
That's why I was like, mistress is fine, because it kind of gives me like this, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, mistress. Like,
Ooh,
it's
sexy.
fine. If he called me mommy, I'd be like, am I pregnant? Like, did I miss something? Because like that would be the most concerning bit of it all. Because like I don't call guys daddy in the bedroom, even though I do have daddy issues.
I do,
but
I'm definitely like a culprit for that.
But it's fine. It's just
But
like,
it's fine because I don't have a dad.
it's fine because I don't call my dad. So like,
Right?
you know.
There's no one that I can associate that with. Whereas I have a mum, so you calling me mummy is a step too far.
Yeah, then you're just like, have you been fucking my mom?
One time my ex made me call her daddy in the bedroom.
How did that make you feel?
I don't know why this is so funny
Very
to me,
small.
because I cannot imagine you as a daddy dad.
I know.
But I love that you had to call her daddy.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
you
yeah.
missed.
I called her.
Yeah. That's like a power move.
It made me feel very small.
and they're no longer
Are you
together.
can you do this next time when you're jerking him?
I
off?
might actually. I might just be like, can I? I need you.
Maybe that's what you like. Maybe you don't like being called it, but you like making someone else call you daddy.
Yeah, maybe that's
Maybe
that's what my daddy issues is gonna lead to.
Maybe you're a daddy bottom rather than a daddy top. Oh, no, other way around.
That's a lot to process. I haven't called my therapist yet today, so I might need to bring that up. You know, it was interesting talking about bottoms and tops. I just saw My Policeman with Harry Styles.
Seamless.
And it's, you know, he's gay in the movie and in real life, I think. And I don't want to speculate on.
Is he?
Well,
I thought he's not.
he's not. He doesn't have a sexual. You know, he hasn't talked to it. So like he could have been with men. After seeing this movie, I think he has been with men. I'm not gonna lie. He is. The way he touches that man is sensual. I was like, whoa, I don't think I should be allowed to watch this. You know, and I like Harry Styles, but he's a top in the movie. But he comes a lot in the movie. Like there's several scenes where they film him coming. And I was thinking the whole time, like, because I'm also an actor, right? Like, if you have to film yourself coming, like, how much prep work do you need to do? Do you know, like, do you need to have your partner, like, if you have a partner, you need to be like, hey, babe, sorry, I'm about to come. Do you mind filming this? And then, like, because if they're method, like, they would want to, like, get it so accurate.
Is that what him and Olivia Wilde are doing at home, do you think?
Well, she's a director, so she could actually probably direct him and be like, you're about to come, babe. All right, let's get the angles.
Realistic.
You know what I mean? Because he pulled it off. I was like, yeah, he's definitely coming.
There's a movie where Robert Pattinson's in and he has to masturbate in it. And apparently he was actually jacking it in the movie.
I heard that.
You want me to try find it?
Yeah, which movie is this?
I can't remember what it's called.
That's wild.
I heard that, yeah.
But I feel like Robert Pattinson lies about a lot of things. Like, the craziest thing...
I actually love him because he just lies for fun.
Have you heard of... I've been trying to lie for fun recently. I was like, oh my God, I like lying.
This is part of your journey of being a man.
I'm becoming a man. I love the man ego. I love being able to lie.
Is you becoming a
Someone was like, did you make it into that kink party that you wanted to go to? I didn't, because my friend didn't know the rules. But this guy asked me, and I was like, yeah, of course he did. I don't know what...
I was giving blowjobs left, right, center. I was there.
And I was like, I haven't given a blowjob in ages.
We were at home reading fan fiction in bed.
I was like reading some smut. Like, he grabbed my neck.
He did the bare minimum and was a nice guy.
He was like, I'm not going to hook up with you because you're too drunk. And you're like, oh my God, take me again. Like,
I don't know why more women aren't dating these non-rapists. This is so hot.
Because it's all written in those smut books.
He masturbated in 4 movies, apparently.
4 movies?
Yeah,
Good for him.
As the title says, Robert Pattinson can't stop masturbating in movies.
I kind of love that for him, but I almost like, did anyone consent to that?
Like, was it in the script, or did he just start doing that?
He might have
like,
added...
Guys, I'm improvising.
I would just think, like, maybe if Twilight would have gone on for another movie, maybe he would have gotten a Edward masturbate scene in.
I think we deserve that.
I think we do. I think...
like him glittering... I want to see the glittering dick. That's what I'm trying to say.
I could see him totally being like, someone wants him to do a porno, and he'd be like, yeah, I'd guess. Like, he would do, like, a little cameo in the porno.
Like, he just, like, delivers the pizza halfway through.
Well, no, I could just see him being Edward, like, from Twilight in the porno.
Oh, you want an actual Edward cameo in the porno?
Yeah, of course I do. What else would I don't want just Robert Pattinson walking in.
Like, he just runs into a porno, and he's like, grab on, Spider Monkey, and then just, like, runs out again.
Imagine that porno. It would be amazing. They'd make so much money. He'd probably make a lot of money from that.
I think there's probably a fan fiction that exists of that.
Yeah. I mean, there's too many fan fictions written about Harry Styles. Like, I like Harry Styles.
Like someone who's read them.
They've been made into movies. It's Not My Fault after on Amazon. Yeah. I just feel like he's one of those guys, definitely, like, where he's, like, funny, but he's not that funny. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, I feel like someone would be like, Harry Styles is so funny. And you're like, it was a good joke, but, like, I'm not dying, you know?
Do you think it's like they'd fake laugh because it's Harry Styles, or, like, one of those girls who's so in love they haven't realised that their boyfriend's just a dickhead yet?
I think it's the dickhead one, because it's like, I think they laugh, and then you're like, it wasn't that funny, but then in their brain they have to, like, justify it.
Yeah.
because it's like I don't know if you've ever dealt with like someone just like, not because you're a comic, you're actually very funny, but it's like defending Lucas's honor right now. But I just feel like there's some people where you're like you hear them, and I'm probably outing myself right now by talking about my flatmate and his girlfriend. But she stayed with us for a month. And she was cackling every single evening. I was like, the man is depressed. He's never been more depressed in his life.
This man is not well.
He's not okay. There were days he walked out and I was like, is he a zombie right now? Like, he gave strong, like, he kind of gave me like Robert Pattinson hasn't showered and hasn't taken care of himself vibes. Like, not sexy Robert Pattinson. But then it's like she's laughing all the time. And I was like, what is he saying? Like,
he can't possibly be that funny.
He can't be that funny.
Maybe it's dark humor because he's depressed.
But even when I spoke to him, it was more like, should I call you help? Like, do we need to... do you need a therapist? Do I need to refer you?
He's doing a 5-minute set on the phone to Samaritans.
Yeah.
But, like, I know what you mean. Like, my friend's dating someone, and, like, their sense of humor I can only describe as, like, it's like high school. Do you know what I mean? It's like boys pulling hair and like telling like shit dad jokes, and she's like cackling every time. And I'm like, I feel like we're past this. Like,
I was like, you can be in love with someone and realize that you're the funnier person in the relationship.
That's what I do in every relationship.
I do that too. My ex was like, you're not funny, and I was like, who's getting paid to be a comedian? And who's struggling to find a job right now?
My ex would always be like, you're so funny, you should do stand-up. And then as soon as I was like, oh, maybe. And he was like, well, no, because then I won't be the funny one. I was like, baby, you never were. Like, that's not...
Humbling men.
What else has been worrying us this week? Tories are constantly worrying me.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
I'm enjoying the rate that we're going through them, though. I'm enjoying that there are vegetables that
they're
are doing
kind of
more
like
successful.
It feels like kind of like going through my exes. They don't last very long, but they leave like a very memorable, experience.
Trauma.
I'm like, I remember you clearly. You were a couple months, but you ruined me. Like, I just think like Liz Truss is like one of my exes, definitely. Like, it wasn't very long she was in office, but she fucked up the pound. Kind of like how my ex fucked me up. So
I was with you for 2 months, but the therapy is ongoing.
Genuinely went to therapy for an ex for 2 months. Wrote a fucking play about him. So I think like...
I've accidentally fucked too many Tories. Like, I can't be proud of that.
I just remember you talking about the one on the couch. Is there another one?
Yeah, the guy... so I went on a date with a Tory guy, and then we went back to his... And, like, we were just drinking. Like, it wasn't actually, like, a sexual... It was, like, the afternoon. And we would, like, just...
You can have sex in the afternoon.
I can't. That's not... You're not getting my A game at 3 p.m.
All right. Well, I would be
I've just had brunch, okay?
Right?
Let my food go down first.
And then you hop on the dick. Okay.
Or, like, I'm not drunk enough to fuck you right now. It's a problem at 3 p.m.
Okay, so he wasn't that hot. All right, I'm processing.
Yeah. I don't have any standards, so, like, But we were there and it was fine. And then, I went to the toilet in his flat and I came out and he was, like, lying on
the
his
sofa
with his dick out wanking, just, like, staring at the door. And it was really weird and I didn't know what to do. So I just panicked and just started laughing at his dick.
I feel like that's the appropriate response for a Tory.
Yeah, it got weirder because I talk about this when I do stand-up, and the bit that I never talk about
is, did you go into the balcony and start smoking instead of leaving?
Yeah.
That's such a coping mechanism.
I panicked. I don't know why I didn't just go for the exit. I think I had, like, this is the problem. This is why I think I might also be an alcoholic, because I looked at my drink and realised I still had half a drink, and rather than run for the door, I was like, well, I'm going to finish this with a cigarette on the balcony. And then I'll leave.
I found out this guy I was seeing or talking to, it was during like you could only FaceTime somebody, and basically we were just talking on FaceTime a bunch, and he was like, "Oh, I'm a Tory," and I literally put my phone down. I just didn't look at him, and he was like, "What are you?" I was like, oh, "I don't know, I'm just like, not feeling it," and he was like, what? Like, just that? Like, like, I was like, I'm kind of getting the ick now. And he's like, what do I need to do? Like, I'll vote labor. And I was like, oh my God, could I change a man? Could I fix a man? It like became my fantasy for a while. Turns out he was still a dickhead. But
imagine if that was the power of your pussy. You could just like turn people left wing.
I would use my pussy for good. And I'd tell my mom, sorry, I'm being a slut, but for a good reason. I'm saving the world.
I appreciate that. The Tory guy, I think the weirdest thing that he did when I was on the balcony,
he kept wanking.
He kept wanking. He also came out onto the balcony. Bear in mind there was like a thunderstorm going on. It was very bold, actually. But he then did a like. I love that he'd spent.
I'm concerned right now. I'm actually worried.
I love that he'd spent a few hours with me and was like, she currently doesn't look down to sleep with me, but I know what's going to fix it. And he genuinely did a baby voice. Yeah.
Like, what kind of baby voice? Like, you have to give some context. Was it like,
he just
come
inside? he put on like a weird baby voice. He was still wanking. I was like, oh God, no, now I've trapped myself on the balcony.
No, but what? Like,
and then he literally went, oh, go on, you know you want to touch it. And I was like, no. And then like ran past him and left the flat. It was horrific.
That's so scary.
Yeah, it was hands down the weird.
That actually feels like a horror film.
It was the worst date I've ever been
Come on,
on.
you want to touch it?
It was like a Chucky doll.
I also feel like
wanking.
his dick was
very
small based off that. Like, come on,
Yeah.
you want to touch it? Like,
It was very weird.
Otherwise, you'd be like, come on.
He definitely would have called me daddy.
But like, it just wouldn't be as cool.
I was not into it at all.
Yeah, I feel like he's also someone that would definitely tell you he loves you. Like within,
Like on like date 2.
do you have that? Like, when was the earliest time you said I love you to somebody?
Oh, like maybe after like 3 or 4 months.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a bit reasonable. I just think there's.
We'd only met once though. It was over lockdown and it was over FaceTime. She started it though.
I love that he's like, I blame her. I just said I love you back, okay?
I just said I love you too. I panicked. I didn't wanna...
It's like. It's like she shot me, and so I shot her back. Okay,
It's not my fault. She's the only one who died. Jesus. I wasn't today. No, it's weird. Like I was talking to a guy on Tinder at like in like summer, so like maybe like I don't know, like June, July.
Yeah.
So not drastically long ago. And then like we exchanged Instagrams, and I saw that he's now got a girlfriend, but they're like all over each other's Instagram. Like, I love you so much. I'm like, you've literally been together for a month.
I just feel like if someone told me told me that they loved me, I was like, do you? Like, should I just go shit right now and then you smell the room and you still tell me you love me? What crazy fucking shit can I do and you still love me? Like, I would have to experiment. Like, I don't trust that. I'm like, do you love me?
I feel like if someone said they love me after a month, I'd be like, how many mental health issues have I got? Count them.
Count them.
Have you ever seen me in a BPD breakdown? I don't think so. You're not ready.
We have to put them through the ringer before they can love us.
Yeah. Either that or it's just like weird unconditional love, which is just also creepy.
But it's also like you don't know me well enough to love me.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like, I love my friends, but I've seen them through weird shit, okay? They've done really questionable things. I barely love myself, and I've done some bad shit. So, like...
I barely know myself well enough to love me. There's no way you know me after a month.
He's like, 1 month with Bay.
I'm still figuring it out in therapy. Leave me alone.
It's just like those couples that get together really quickly, and then they, like, go on holiday immediately. And I'm like... He's a stranger. Like, he could kill
Or they
you.
move in. I know another couple that had, like, never lived together. They'd only been together for a few months. And then I shit you not, they got a mortgage together. Like,
that's a lot of
That's
trust.
way too much. At least rent first. It's way too much.
You got to get on the ladder.
What if she's pregnant?
Well, I mean... this is not funny. Sorry if they're listening. I've not said their name. It's fine. They literally broke up 6 months after buying the house. So I'm pretty sure she's not pregnant.
Who has the house now?
I don't know.
Okay, well, this is something
I wasn't that invested.
I feel like now you got to invest because, like, I feel like everyone.
Actually, I think they still like.
They live together.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my god.
So I
They're
don't know-
housemates now.
Yeah, I don't know who's keeping the house, but I think currently they still
No.
coexist.
No, that's horrible.
Have you ever had to live with an ex?
No, but I slept with my flatmate 2 days after he moved in, but I blacked out, so I don't remember it. But he does, and apparently, he finally told me some of the details because he had no idea. Obviously, I didn't remember any of it. I just remember waking up naked and being like, "Ah, shit, Anais," because everyone went,
"Oh, not again."
They went, "Don't fuck the flatmate, don't fuck the flatmate," and I was like, "I won't." And then like 2 days in, I of course fucked the flatmate.
This isn't the depressed one, is it?
It is.
Of course it is.
And then he told me apparently that apparently while he was using his magical fingers, I fell asleep while he was performing.
Oh wow.
Just full on just went.
No wonder he's fucking depressed. You fell asleep when you were having sex with him. He must think he's
But I
terrible.
was like,
Did you cause the depression?
I mean, the power of my pussy though.
I know one of my friends, she was sleeping with a guy, and we'd just gone for like a night out, and then they went back to his, and he went down on her, but he was so drunk he fell asleep while he was going down on her, and they went
Like, what point do you realize that he's gone?
And she told me the next day, and I was like, did you leave? Like, did you stay? Did you talk about it? And she was like, I don't even know if he knows that he did that. And I think they've just like never spoken about it since.
I kind of love that though, like just don't bring it up.
I don't know how I'd bring up you fell asleep on my vagina.
I don't know how he brought up the thing, I fell asleep while he had fingers in me, but, it happened. It's also because I don't remember any of it. But so that's like, it's not an ex, but I do live with him, and it's like funny, kind of.
I think you can live with someone after a one bang.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Living with an ex is weird.
Living with an ex would be. I wouldn't like it. I'm not proud of it, but I am a jealous type.
You paused as if we were supposed to be shocked.
I was like, sorry, I don't know if you guys.
Like, what,
knew that.
you? No.
Everyone's like, yeah, it is. We knew this from like day one.
Also, like, we all are, no? Like, we're just sitting there like, yeah.
No, but like some people aren't jealous types. Like that flatmate I told you about, the depressed one. Not jealous. Not jealous.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me.
Doesn't make sense. I don't like. So there's also like a thing because like if you're on Field, the kink space dating app, you meet people who are like cucks,
Yeah.
which I don't want people to have to Google it. So it's just basically somebody that likes to watch their partner enjoy the presence of another,
I
really.
don't want people to have to Google it.
I had to Google it. It was not a fun experience. But I know guys who are like that who will message me and be like, have you been with anybody? And I was like, are you going to be jealous? They're like, yeah, but like kind of hot. And I'm like, if you ever got with another woman and we're not even dating, I would be livid. I would not be.
I get annoyed when my celebrity crush gets a girlfriend. Like, I'm like, I feel like this is...
I feel betrayed. I feel like
Yeah.
you've cheated on me. I have to listen to like my playlist of like the Sam
Taylor
Smith,
Swift.
Taylor Swift, or that Sam Smith song, the you know I'm not the
Oh,
only
yeah.
one.
Yeah, you have to put, like, the cheated on playlist.
Or like before he cheats, Carrie Underwood. Like there's
Oh,
some
yeah,
classics that you can get out of your system, or any Olivia Rodrigo
the
song.
Carrie Underwood song is dangerous, though, because I did get very, very drunk, listen to that song, and then go and key my ex's car.
Did you actually key his car?
Yeah.
That's iconic.
Because, yeah, that song can be dangerous if you've drunk too much tequila.
But I do respect that because I feel like British people tend to not go as extreme in terms of like, pettiness.
He never mentioned that I keyed his car. I don't know if he knows it was me. Well, he might now.
Hi.
It was a while ago.
As if I knew his name. I was about to say his name, and I was like, I have no idea who this person is. I was like, hi, Tasha's ex. Are you listening?
I remember, like, also, though, I love, like, girls just blindly supporting girls. Because I remember I woke up the next day and was like, oh, shit, I definitely walked to his house last night and keyed his car. And then I phoned, like, my best friend for support. And I was like, I'm not well. Like, I got way too drunk and keyed his car. And she was like, good for you. Yes, let's do it again. Let's book in some drinks. And I was like, no, like, you're not supposed to be booking the next car keying session for me.
Well, it makes me think of, like, the time where I matched with this guy on Tinder. We sexted for a bit, and then he blocked me, like, out of nowhere. Like, just genuinely weirdest thing. And I'm a petty person. Like, you do this shit, I have his number. You can block me, but I have your number, so I signed him up to have Mormons come visit.
Oh, no.
Like,
Did you?
I didn't have his address, but I put on a fake address. I knew he was in Ireland. It's the Irish, I tell you. I'm attracted to them, but they're so toxic. So I just put his number down because I'll have to text him. And I was like, have fun with that. Mormons don't leave you alone.
I like that. That's a good revenge scheme.
And I doubt he'll ever know it's me because it's like, he probably went, I just blocked this like Tinder bitch. Like, it's fine.
I saw one on TikTok where it was like a guy was saying like, if you want to do that, you just buy a bunch of keys and a bunch of like key labels like put on them, and then you put their number on them, and then you leave like 100 keys like everywhere, and so they are always getting calls being like, hey, I found your keys.
That's genius.
That's actually amazing.
Yeah, use that one next time.
I feel like I'm going to start writing these down.
I'm like, how can I be more toxic? My therapist listening is like, we need to cut this out.
Yeah, this is feeling like when I watched Gone Girl for the first time. I've got so many ideas. I've got a victim
really
list.
good though, because you're just like, oh my god, or like a missing cat, because everyone's gonna want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, just anything. Any of those posters where you can like grab one of the little tabs, just put their number all over.
Yeah, or like like looking for friends, like I don't know.
Guitar lessons.
Guitar lessons. As long as James Corden isn't talking about it, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh,
James Corden is the worst, though.
yeah. Like that whole drama this week was very entertaining.
It's because I'm a service worker, so like, if anyone's a dick to you, like while you're working a service job,
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
we automatically hate you. Like you've become like enemy
Do you ever
number
get
one.
petty at work?
Hmm?
Do you ever get petty at work?
Oh, 100%. Like, I'll see like the food's ready and I'll wait an extra like I don't know how long to like not deliver it,
Yeah.
or I'll set it down not very nicely. But if someone's super nice to me, like I make sure it looks really good. I
Oh
make
yeah,
sure,
for sure. Like you
or-
go the extra mile for the nice people.
or like when you do like you'll do latte art for the people you like.
Okay, I've not gone that far. But when I used to work in the service industry, if they were rude to me, I used to put flies in their coffee.
You could put flies in their coffee.
Yeah, because like the way that our coffee machine was set up, like there'd be like dead flies would gather on top of it all the time.
Oh my god.
And so if they were like
Where did
really
you
rude
work?
to me, I probably shouldn't say.
It's a health hazard.
It was actually quite a fancy place as well, and I was like, fuck these people. But yeah, if they were really rude to me, I'd like, I'd be like, of course I'll remake that for you, and then I'd put like 2 dead flies in the bottom, and then do like a cappuccino, so they wouldn't find it till right at the end.
Well, I think
And then they've had to drink it with the flies in. You can't put it
It's
at the top,
very
then they'll just be
bottom.
like, I'm not drinking
Would
this.
they say anything if they found it?
I actually only had one person say something. I feel like because it was quite a fancy place and they were all a bit posh, they were then like,
they didn't finish the drinks.
I didn't want to, or they didn't want to admit that
They
they
want
drank
to
it.
complain.
That's smart. I think the worst thing I've realized is like when you deliver plates to people, you'll have like different plates, like an omelet or like, you know what I mean, avocado toast, and you'll just go up to the table and you're like, I have an omelet, and then they look at you like
Oh, the blank stare.
for like 5 seconds. My hands are burning. Like this is a new plate.
I hate those people. It's so many people as well, but I hate them. I now like I don't like going to dinner with people because I basically become like a militant leader at the dinner table because I hate that. Like I'll be like, they've got the chicken, they've got this. Like I'll start dishing it out for them because I want to eat my fucking food. Like don't look shocked. We ordered 10 minutes ago.
It's just I don't know how you like, especially when it's such different orders. Like sometimes like couples will get like the vegan breakfast and then the American breakfast, which by the way, the American breakfast is like bacon, sausage. It's like meat heaven.
Yeah.
And obviously vegans don't eat meat. So when I go over, I think, oh, it'll be really easy to deliver this. But they just stare at you for 5 seconds. I'm like, which one of you is the vegan? Usually it's the girlfriend, but you just still have to
It's when
ask.
they do the dramatic. They're like, oh my God, that's so silly. It's me. And I'm like, how did you not know that? Like, it's too much.
And now I'm thinking of like what James Corden would do if you delivered his food. Like,
I might start going to restaurants for first dates more, just to figure out if they're one of those people really early on.
make sure that's like a red flag.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? That's the deal
As
breaker.
soon as they come
right
over, they're
there.
like, who got the chicken? They're like, me. I'm like, you're a keeper. You can stay. That's fine. If they sit there looking blank, I'm like, this isn't working.
To be fair, people who are rude to wait staff, it's like an automatic, like, please don't be in my life.
Yeah.
It's like, what did they do? They're like working this horrible job.
Just
Because I'm one of
anything
those
where they
people.
want to then like get them to change the rules for them, but like only them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because like my place has breakfast until noon on weekdays, and people show up at like 1 being like, "Can we have breakfast?" And I'm like, I literally told you at the door, like, it's lunch only, and they're like, I was really wanting that avocado toast, and I was like, then wake up earlier.
And you should have been here at 11.
Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I also don't work in the kitchen, so like,
It's just like most of the time it's not their job anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like they have no control over it. Even as dumb as like I was in a Tesco the other day getting cigarettes, and a woman behind me was like, "Why can't you just take them out and let me do it at the self-checkout?" And the guy was just working there like, "'Cause I'm not allowed." And she was like screaming like, "Well, when I go to the one in Barking, they do it." And I was like, "Bitch, you're not in Barking. Get in the fucking queue." Like,
get on the tube and go to Bargain.
It's doing my head in. This is why I have to wear headphones when I'm out, because the general public will aggravate me too much.
You're like, I don't even want to partake in
Yeah,
this.
no, I want to just block it all out and then just move on.
I feel like that's a lot of our generation is just blocking out a lot of shit. Like,
Yeah.
that's
You-
why we listen
you
to
can group
podcasts.
chat.
That's why everyone's doing a podcast. We're like, we'll just like complain about it. Someone will listen.
Group chats are the bane of my life. I have to mute group chats now.
Okay, I'm going to put you in a group chat.
It's just everyone just wants a weird conversation. I'm like, why don't you have jobs? Like,
Because they're stay-at-home girlfriends. Jesus Christ.
we're in the middle of a business meeting. My phone's going off like 20 times. I'm like, fuck off.
It's because they're just asking, like, do you think my boyfriend would like it if the sheets were turned this way or that way?
Look at this latte art I've done because he's such a good boyfriend.
Do you think he'd like the fruit arranged this way?
I don't think. Could you be a stay-at-home girlfriend?
No. I think I would get really, really bored, and then I'd message him during meetings, and he'd get fired because of me.
I think I could be a stay-at-home girlfriend, but I'd like loophole the system.
Like, how would you loophole the system?
Well, like if you're like most of these girls, right? They're dating like very rich people. That's
Yeah,
why they
duh.
can be stay-at-home girlfriends,
Yeah.
right? So like if I was doing that, I'd just take a section of my allowance and like get a cleaner and like a mate. Like basically, I would just sit at home and do nothing and pay someone else to do.
But
the
would you
jobs that
not
I
get
should have been
bored being, or like worried about being in your own thoughts? Like my intrusive thoughts come in on my days off from work, and I hate it. They're like, "Are you good enough?
I feel like I've got very good at
Will
disassociating.
will anyone
in
love
like a
you?"
clawfoot bathtub. Like you've got too much land to be worried about that shit.
I don't know. I think for me, I would just constantly there'd be, does your boyfriend actually love you? Is he fucking someone at work? Like all of it. Like, oh my God, he was telling me about Sheila today. Who the fuck's Sheila?
I'd be in a hot tub drunk. I wouldn't have time to care. I'd just be like, I'd have a take.
Yeah, but then he'd break up with you.
No, because when he come home, I'd look.
You'd sober up by then?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I'm quite good at acting. No, I'm not.
So it's the girl who's like, I'm scared about going down the stairs today after 2 pints. 3, sorry.
They're very wet.
It's a wet day. Yeah.
It's a wet
I was like, what's wet?
Just me. I'm just telling you. You're like, okay.
You're like, all right, I'll hook up with you later. Okay. Oh my God. Could you be a stay-at-home boyfriend, do you think?
It's the dream. Why do you think I'm
He's like, I've been waiting
it's
for this
everything
question.
I aspire to be? Why do you think I'm doing comedy? A bit stay-at-home boyfriend during the day.
Is it
Yeah,
'cause-
honestly, I think I would love that. I've always loved the idea of being a single dad, to be honest with you.
I feel like they're drastically different. One's a lot of work.
Yeah, but you stay at home during the day if they're at school and stuff. Or if I was married, then I'd be the one that stayed at home and looked
Right.
after the kid, is what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you good with children?
Very good.
I think...
I'm
This
a
has become like a
paedophile.
weird...
Because I think like
That's how good I am.
I did have this
No, I'm great with
I
it.
did have this intrusive thought today of like, I understand pedophiles. I don't like obviously.
I love just the, oh my God, right at the back. Oh my God, we're doing this. Oh no.
But I was like, I went out on Halloween to Electric Brixton, which by the way, do not go there. It's horrible.
Oh yeah, I saw, yeah.
Yeah, it was a really bad experience. But there was like 18-year-olds, right, on their first night out for like uni stuff. They looked like children. And I was like, am I old? Like, I was like, because I feel very young, very vibrant, very cool. I felt like I was like, am I in the wrong club? Like, these are 18-year-olds. They are legal.
Yeah.
And I was like, absolutely, I would, like, I feel like scared. I feel...
Oh yeah, I'm now at an age where I won't go to certain
I
clubs
saw-
because like I'm now at the point where I go to the clubs where the 30-year-olds are. so that I can avoid looking at 18-year-olds.
Well,
They make me uncomfortable.
I was on the tube today, even like coming here, and I saw like 13-year-old boys shoving each other on the tube. And I was like, get the fuck off. Like, I was like, I became an adult in that moment of like, ugh, like they annoy the shit. I was like, how do people? And that's when my thought was like, why do pedophiles like these children? They're so annoying.
What is appealing about this?
Like, literally, I was like, get the fuck off. I don't want to look at them. Like, they annoy me. Like, everyone was annoyed on the tube. It's embarrassing.
I knew I'd become an adult when there were kids playing music out loud on their phone on the bus, and I was that person who was like, can you turn that off? And I was like, oh, no. I used to be that kid, and now I'm the...
But it's good
in my head, used to be an elderly woman.
So now we're both not pedophiles, so that's good.
We're definitely safe from that. I was never worried that I was, though.
I never either, but I did hook up with one, so like...
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did. Well, I didn't know at the time, obviously.
Well, yeah, I assume that.
But then, like, afterwards, he was like, we were talking about kink stuff, and I was like... I'm an actor, so I was like, I'd love to do role play because, like, I want to really, like, I really want to tap into my acting skills.
Got an image of you in the bedroom just doing, like, an audition tape. And they're like, this isn't what I had in mind.
I'm, like, crying. And he's like, what? I'm sorry, my dick is out and it's going soft.
Doing, like, a Shakespeare monologue, and he's like, this is not what I thought I said.
I'm, like, doing Hamlet. To be or not to be? That is the question. And he's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, here are your sides. Learn them for next time. No, but this guy, after we had fun, he told me, he was like, yeah, like, we could role play. What if you play 14? And I was like, what? And he was like, I was like, well, how old would you be? And he's like, my age, 25. And I was like,
I
don't want to do that.
I don't even want to play pretend. I don't want to, no.
I was like, he didn't even try to hide it. I thought, like, at least you'd do some sort of, like, I'm,
I feel like at least start at 16. At least start legal. See how they react.
But 14?
Straight in.
He just... And it was like... I was like, okay, maybe he'll play 16, Like, as if that would be better.
That's fine, yeah.
I don't know why, but I was like, oh, maybe.
He just really misses his first high school girlfriend.
I was like, maybe he's not over his ex, Like, I've been there. I've dated a lot of guys who are not over their ex.
Imagine if you weren't over your ex to a point that you tried to get the next guy you hook up with to role play your ex.
Mine would constantly be like, you're not good enough.
You're just there like, I really appreciate everything that you're doing, but can you do it in an Irish accent and sound more condescending, please?
Can you also, after you have sex with me, fully just block my number and leave? I mean, come back the next day because I love you, but...
If you could tell me this was a one-night thing and not to tell anyone,
to be fair,
great.
I hooked up with an Irish guy. We went on a date, and I told him after we had, like, a few drinks and dinner that I really liked normal people. And then when we were in bed together, he was like, oh, do you want me to, like, make love to you like Connell did to Marianne? Okay, I was drunk, and I went, that sounds amazing.
Oh, my God.
And then he, like, totally left and never spoke to me again. And I was like, oh, my God.
Was it amazing, though?
I mean, he was amazingly good at playing Connell's bad communication. He never contacted me again. So, like...
He's a method actor.
He's really... I'm still waiting for the response.
He's still in character now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
Wow.
maybe
Very
in
good.
2 years I'll hear from him and he'll be like, oh my God, like... I don't know. I can't do an Irish accent. That was
that
so
your
British.
attention, Irish?
No, it's...
That was Essex. You sounded like me.
Maybe he was from Essex. I don't know. I'm just kidding. He was definitely... I have hooked up with a guy from Essex, though. Really gave a lot of big dick energy, but very small
That's very classic.
bladder.
Essex,
Yeah.
bladder. That's the Essex version. We're all like that.
I mean, like, I wasted 2 condoms on that guy because he had to pee so much. I was like, oh my God. I was like, you need to compensate me next time. But he did the classic male thing. He had 2 phones, one for work, one personal.
So he's a drug dealer.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Was
anything.
it a Nokia 3410?
I'm not saying anything. But he went to the toilet and he was like, don't look at my phone. So when he left, I looked at his phone. It was an invite. And he was on Hinge. This girl was like, oh my God, so excited for our date tomorrow. And I was like, you fucking bitch. Not that, like, we were dating, but I was like, I'm a jealous
But
type.
there's the jealousy again.
I was like, you're in my bed.
In my head, I'd committed to you.
I was like, I want to write back to this girl and be like, hi, I'm Jack's girlfriend. His name was Jack. It was really basic. It should have been like that. Should have been the red flag. Jack from Essex. Oh God, if he listens to this, I doubt he
I know a few Jacks from Essex.
was he tall and boring?
Yeah, most of them are.
Yeah, that is Essex, right?
Very much.
We're very well versed in the
Oh,
Essex
yeah.
community.
Well, he was the first English guy I ever slept with. So
I'm not sure anyone
started strong.
Started at the bottom.
You slowly crawled your way up.
Started with the scum and then you worked your way up.
Yeah.
At what point did you realise that it wasn't for you and just go to Ireland?
Probably after watching Normal
Like, it's
People.
like when you fuck like a Clapham guy, you're like, this isn't getting better.
Well, Clapham, I did fuck a guy from Clapham too, and then I didn't get the clap, but I did get a text that was like, "You might have gonorrhea." I didn't get gonorrhea, luckily, but
He texted you that.
no, it was like an automated text. Okay, this is actually
Was it like
very
one-
complicated.
Was it like one of those scam things when you get like pot?
Well, at first I was worried.
Have you got like a gonorrhea version of the COVID app? You know, and it's
Yeah.
like you're being close contact.
But I was worried about it, so I had to message the last few people I slept with just to be like, "Hey, you should get. I'm getting checked. You should get checked." But the guy from Clapham blocked my number because I think he lied that he had cancer to me to sleep with me. Oh yeah, and then
Wow.
so I had to notify him anyway. So I had my friend call
I
him.
feel like I should cut you off from sleeping with people for a bit. Like, let's do some therapy. Let's work on this.
I agree with you, and then my therapist agrees with you. We're trying to do 30 days of no dating apps, and
And you're going on a date after this, right?
it doesn't count because I'm not on the dating app. I just had him on WhatsApp, right?
I like it. Loopholes.
I like coming up with loopholes for anything.
I'm down for a loophole.
Cause what? I'm like getting old. I'm 26. You know.
Please don't say that because I'm older than you. Don't upset me like this.
We'll cry later.
On our separate dates. They're gonna go.
Should we
for-
just make it a double date at this point? Just have Lucas come along, bring
I'll
somebody.
produce the date. I'll be like, wait, guys, let me look out for you.
We're like, we've got 2 seats. We'll put them in the hot seats.
Yeah, bring him here.
Oh,
We've got enough mics.
we could make it happen. To be fair, the guy I'm seeing tonight is just he's weird.
I'm intrigued to
He's
find
either
out.
gonna be like the funniest person,
Yeah.
the most like enjoyable person to be on a date with, or he's a serial killer. It's like
Yeah.
based off his responses to me.
You're
those are
either
the
gonna
two-
marry him or we're gonna be going to the police station to get a restraining order.
Yeah, it's really the 2 ways it could go. Like I feel like when I get text messages from those people, I'm like, you're either amazing or I'm gonna be scared for my life tonight.
But I have to know.
That's the curiosity bit.
So we're going anyway.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Should we do the boob chat?
The boob. Wow, we should talk about boobs.
Oh, yeah.
It would be weird.
Are
if
you
we did
are you a tits or ass guy?
Well, here's the thing.
Okay.
you
Pull the mic
you grab that
closer.
microphone like you've waited your whole life for this question.
No. It's just a contentious issue because I like to think I'm an arse man because it's the correct answer.
It's
I
also
feel like.
part of
Is
the-
there a correct answer?
Well,
Yeah, it's
I feel like ass men are of a higher caliber and quality of men.
they're
Whereas
in right now.
tit men are degenerates usually. People, that's like a thing that
They're
guys
usually
think about.
Tories.
Exactly, they're always Tories. Liberals are ass guys. Tories are tit men.
Yep.
That's a given. But I have been accused of being a tit man just because all my friends.
I've been accused.
Because
I've been accused. Of
I've
being
been
a kid.
accused.
I've been
Set the record straight.
yeah, exactly. Because the last couple of girls I was with were blessed in the chest, and they say it's because I have mummy issues. That's why I'm a tit man. That's why I discredit these claims.
What did your mom
That's why I
do?
deny it. Pardon?
You're like, I have mommy issues. What did your mom do?
No.
Straight into the therapy session, and
This
Well,
is what
they-
I do on every date. So
It's because like they say that if you have mummy issues, then you're like it's because you're attached to her. So and like the breast is like how the baby.
are you
bonds
attached
with
to
the
your
mum.
mother?
No, but I did breastfeed.
We all breastfed,
but-
right?
okay, I breastfed for. I'm
I
exposing
breastfed until last
I'm
week,
exposing-
okay? I'm going to be real.
I'm exposing myself. I did breastfeed for like a longer time, and my mum is also blessed in the chest, and my friends all make fun of me for it. So they put the two together, and they think I'm a tit man because it's a mummy issue,
Oh God.
which I don't want. I discuss in therapy, but we don't need to get into it here. We don't.
That's
have
all right.
time.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah,
though.
we could discuss afterwards. So that's the answer.
Tits.
Ass.
Oh, okay. Okay. I like the answer. I like
the
the
official answer is ass.
Yeah.
is ass. No, I respect that. I think because I'm an ass woman. So, but I have tits, but they grew during lockdown because I gained weight.
I'm a tit woman, but I do generally fuck degenerate, so it actually makes sense.
I feel like this is all adding up.
Yeah, there's a lot coming together.
I had this thought recently about I went to see a show on Halloween where they were doing like the fire show with the like fire. They're like eating it and then they're like
Fire eaters, yeah.
reproducing it. I just like describing their jobs for those who don't know. And they had to like one girl came out with like no bra or anything, but she had to put like the little tape like X over her nipples. And I was like, why? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, a guy could just, like, take his shirt off anywhere and they'd be like, oh, like, chill. But then it's like, I have to have tape over my nipples to, like, be able to show my boobs.
Titties are illegal, yeah.
But, like, why?
I mean, to be fair, there is nothing attractive about a man's nipples.
Yeah.
Arguably, there's nothing attractive about ours.
It's not illegal for women to have their breasts in public, but the law is if it offends anyone, you have to wear something. That's the law.
Oh, I feel like it's going to offend the Tories. Who want it? Because they want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to offend the weird old white men because then they're going to be like, I want to look, and then them on the halves are going to get annoyed. It becomes a whole circle.
Oh, right, because the wives get annoyed. It's all about
Because
jealousy.
they're going to be staring, which they shouldn't be, but they're going to be
But, like,
staring,
also, like,
and
they
then-
should be because, like, amazing.
But also they should be because that's why I got them out.
That's why I didn't, yeah. I just think...
I was deeply upset recently because I wore a very low cut top without a bra, and I was in like a shit dive bar in Camden, and 3 men came and spoke to me and looked me dead in the eye, and I was deeply hurt. I was like,
Oh, they didn't even look down there
No.
once.
And, like, no one's ever made more eye contact
I'm
with me.
looking
and I
at
was
your
like,
boobs
this
now.
is-
I'll speak to them.
Thank you.
Hi.
Yeah, I was like, this is
How are
weird. Like
you?
the one day that I've deliberately dressed in a way where you should be looking at my tits, and they were like, not today.
But then as soon as you dress like fully covered, that's
Yeah.
when they're gonna start harassing you. You're like, your tits are just inviting me in, and you're
Yeah.
like, how? It's
You're in
all
like
covered.
a sweatshirt with a bun, and you're like, please leave me alone. I'm very hungover.
It makes me think of like when you. I don't know why I keep wanting to talk about smut books. I think it's because I've been reading them so much. But it makes me think of like when the guy's like, "You're so beautiful," and she's like, "How?" And she's like, "I don't feel dressed enough," and she's like wearing jeans and a t-shirt. I'm like, "That's fine. Like that's perfectly acceptable." Like I thought she was gonna be in like sweats and like a shirt that like had stains all over it, but she's just like, "No, I'm just wearing jeans and sneakers. Like, how will this man ever love me?"
But that's like the whole point of these smut books, right? Is like we've managed to like make a fantasy out of men doing the bare minimum. we're wearing everyday clothes, and they still think that we're beautiful. What? That's so cool. Let's wank to this.
It's definitely, and I love it because it's all definitely written by women. Because if you read the sex, it's everything that a woman wants a man to do. Because he's like, I love going down on your pussy. And then you move to
Yeah.
London, and then every guy's like, so I have preferences. Or, yeah, I don't really go down on women unless they're my girlfriend. And you're like, how many girlfriends have you had? Are you that bad? I had a guy genuinely message me about body hair. This is actually something I just wanted to talk about. Of like, he was like wanting to hook up with me. I was just messaging him for shits and giggles. I was bored. I wasn't actually gonna hook up with him, but I was just like, oh, I'm entertained to see how far this will go. And he was like, he asked me about body hair, and I was like, well, I mean, like it naturally grows where it grows. Like it's there for a reason, but like like oh God, I'm exposing myself. I do trim it. I do trim it. I do things to it to make it look nice for myself. Anyway, yeah, that's not really for me though, you know? And I was like, I didn't ask for your opinion. Like, I didn't, I was like, my body, my choice. And he's like, yeah, but I'm not really into that. And I was like, did I ask you what you were into?
I want to ask for your opinion.
I was like, Wilson, go fuck someone else.
Also, I'm talking to you for fun. Like, leave me alone.
I don't think he can if he's called Wilson.
Wilson.
Yeah, his other name's worse.
Oh. Don't say it.
Just think it's like a president's name.
Woodrow Wilson. You were dating the 20th president. The 20th president of the United States doesn't like pubes. You heard it here first.
And that's the tea.
Yeah, I'm just a slut for presidents, guys. That's what Biden doesn't remember me.
I don't think Biden remembers much, to be fair.
Biden's my flatmate. Surprise. Just kidding. I'm Biden.
Surprise.
I don't remember where are we?
How many men did you like text for fun during lockdown?
Oh god, so many.
I feel like I spent the entire of lockdown writing checks I had no intention of cashing.
Yeah, no, I went on a lot of Zoom dates. Have you ever been on a Zoom date?
No.
You've had FaceTime dates though.
Oh, yeah.
I had a 6-hour.
He's just very particular about the platform.
Yeah, she's got an Android. I'm not about it.
All right, well, I was on Zoom for 6 hours with one guy. Thought he was great. And then we just became friends, but I was like still in love with him. Like it was bad. Like I went to a party and this is bad. It wasn't like a party. It was just like, you know, a hangout. And like after lockdown and everything. And I got really, really drunk, and I started trying to tell these, like, kind of... This was before I started doing comedy, so I was, like, trying to tell these, like, self-deprecating jokes. And he went, Anais, you don't need to, like, do this for people to like you. And then I went to the bedroom and started crying. And then my friend went, go comfort her. So then he came into my bed and cuddled me very platonically. It wasn't exactly what the smut books were going to tell me. I thought we were going to have love, like we were going to make love. It was going to be beautiful. He was going to tell me he loves me. But he ended up cuddling, leaving, and then doing more coke, and then went home. So.
And that's London.
That is the London experience. That's the London guys you get. They'll always choose coke over you, I think is kind of what I've learned.
I work in recruitment.
I work in recruitment. Or consultants. I love consultants because you're like, what do you do? And they're like, I'm a consultant. For what?
I don't think they know.
They don't. I don't think they know what their job is.
Parents and do too much coke.
It always goes back to coke.
Yeah, they're a consultant for a drug dealer.
They're like, I actually drug deal, but I can't say that to my parents, so I'm a consultant.
I'm a chemist.
That's what they would do in Breaking Bad, right?
High grade.
Wasn't he like a chemistry teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Turned drug lord.
Well, he was about to die. He was about to die, right? We're not spoiling it. Like, that was the first episode.
I feel like at this point, if you haven't seen it, you're not going to watch it.
I don't know. There might be someone that's alive now that's like, I haven't seen Breaking Bad yet. They're like 11. They're like, I've been waiting, but my parents say I have to wait till I'm 13.
I'm just going to say 30. I desperately want to watch it, but Mum says not till I'm 30.
Also, I really hope there aren't any 11-year-olds listening to this.
I did think about that for a second.
Well, at least we've really all cleared up that we're not paidophiles.
Oh, yeah. We've got it on
really
the
glad that we
record.
got that on the record just in case.
Actually, I don't think I ever denied it, so it's good to still be
Do you want to
No, I'm good.
state the... Oh, okay.
No,
We'll leave them wondering. Next episode, maybe we'll talk about it. We'll see how we feel about it. Also, another thing that really... We're doing a big segue, but it'll make sense in a second. Men on adult scooters.
Oh, ick. No.
Have you ever ridden an adult scooter?
I have, yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Explain.
When I was in Paris, they were everywhere. And
Okay,
the
that's
only way I could
kind
get
of
around.
okay.
That's the only way we could get around. I was with my girlfriend as well at the time.
That doesn't make it better.
Were you guys sharing a scooter?
No. She was on another one. We wouldn't share one. We both took it.
No.
I feel like it would be sexier if you did share one.
This was like 3 years ago when maybe even more when they were like very like novel and new, and I'd never been on one before. It was very exciting.
It's a scooter.
Yeah, I know.
Have you not been on a scooter as a child?
Yeah, I had one. Yeah.
So like,
I had
why
a
is
Razor.
What would be a bigger ick? A guy on a scooter, like a Razor scooter or an electric scooter?
I have actually went on a date with a guy who used a child scooter to get around London.
That's so much worse. You can't bring up the electric scooter ick if you've fucked someone who goes around
I didn't
on a
fuck him. I
Razor
didn't fuck
scooter.
him. I didn't fuck him. For the record, I did not fuck him.
Is that why you didn't fuck him?
Yes. It was a strong point that I was like, it was just like, what? How can you do that to yourself? Like that, I feel like that's not self-love. I feel like, I also think it's because my dad likes these gadgets, and I'm like, any guy that likes these gadgets just makes me think of my dad, and I go, ugh, gross. Like, my dad used to have a hoverboard, and then he injured himself. Like, he fully just, because it stopped, and he went like that. And I was like, of course it did. What did you think it was going to do? The injury rate is just too high. Why are we doing this?
I'm not coming to visit you in hospital because you came off a scooter.
How embarrassing. You're like, hi, I'd like to go see, like, what, John? Oh, which John? The one that fell off the scooter?
The one that was on a children's scooter.
I think I would just have to, like, retire from public life at that point.
Yeah. Imagine, like, I was going to say something really tough.
I think you need to say it.
I was like, imagine if they died on the scooter. And then you have to be like that woman, and you're like, I'm a widow, and they're like, oh my God, but like you're so young, like, was he in the army? Did he die in service? Like, oh my God, what happened? You're like, nah, he just wasn't looking at the road because he was on his fucking scooter.
He was scooting home.
He was scooting home to see me, baby.
That's awful. Oh my God.
I mean, I'd lie about it, obviously.
Yeah, you'd have to.
I'd have to. They'd be like, how did your husband die? But like, tragic car accident.
Because he was a man.
He was a man. He had a car.
This is the only time I accept, toxic masculinity is the scooter. It's like, I'm sure there's someone that slayed on the scooter. I'm sure there's at least one person.
I refuse to believe it.
But
a guy tried to impress me once because he did, like, like people like skate and stuff like that. Like he was
like skateboarding.
Yeah, but like he had a scooter, but he did like that, like professional level scooting. I don't know.
How do you?
I don't know what you call that.
professionally?
I don't know what you call that. He did tricks on a scooter.
That's horrible.
And yeah, he tried to like impress me by being like, "This is what I do," and I was like, "That's worse than if you just used it to get from A to B. You fucking love that scooter." And I got the ick instantly and walked away from him. I think I actually laughed in his face, if I'm being honest.
I feel like you laugh a lot at these people.
Yeah.
Have you ever laughed at someone, like, just point blank and not in a nice way?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. You're like, duh.
But again, we were brought up in Essex. That's a very normal way to get someone to leave you alone.
Or it's a good way to get someone in bed,
Laugh in their face.
It's happened to me with Jack from Essex.
Aw.
He's like, your American accent. I was like, your Essex accent. Like, what are we playing at?
We've come full circle.
We have. I mean, I never became a stay-at-home girlfriend. Tying it all together. I mean, it would be fine to be a stay-at-home girlfriend, but I just think...
I just want to get the money, really.
I think I would be doing other stuff. Like, I wouldn't just clean after him.
I think stay-at-home girlfriend, like, they've gone too far, because, like, the old dream would be, like to be a widow, right? You know?
What?
You know what I mean? You date, like, Hugh Hefner, and then, like, he dies, like...
Oh, like the last person that
yeah,
dated Hugh.
And, like, you've got, like, the robe.
As if I know him.
In my head, I am worried that I've murdered my husband in this scenario. Because the scenario is always the same. And I'm in, like, one of those elaborate, like, sheer robes. And then the police knock on the door. And I come down, like, a marble staircase. And they're like, madam, your husband's died. And I'm like, no! And then, like, collapse on the stairs. Which, to me, screams, I knew that he was dead because I fucking killed him.
This has gotten very dark. But
then you have all the money, but no husband. Like, they're doing too much.
I feel like you don't want to be with anybody, and I
just want to be rich.
I see your method. You could do. There's those services where you call people and you degrade them and they give you more money to degrade
I'd
them?
be very good at that.
Have you heard about these?
No.
Yeah, there's these
How
services.
do you know about that?
It's just where you go, like they're like cam girls usually, and they're like, "You're disgusting. Do you think you're impressing me by giving me no money? I could go talk to anybody right now."
I love the idea that.
And then
those
they go-
men are just
and then
gonna
they-
listen to that clip on repeat now.
And then they go, 40 pounds? Is that the best you can do? You think that's going to impress me? Okay, 80 pounds, much better. And then they do that and they make so much
I
money.
feel like she's done that before.
Yeah, if you have
That was well
I was
rehearsed.
good. I wanted to give you money.
Lucas, you think you're going to be a good boy for me? You think 20 pounds is going to cut it? Mommy. Call me daddy and we're good. What else? Have we covered everything?
I think we have.
Yeah,
I think we
got an
have.
hour.
Okay, wow. Basically, I think we learned that there's a lot of problems.
We're worried about too many things.
We are.
We're not paedophiles. I may or may not murder a man one day.
I wonder what next week is going to bring us if this is what we've been worried about this week. Like, this is just like, this is a lot.
Yeah, this has been episode 2.
This has been episode 2 of Are You Worried, Darling?
I think it's safe to say that we are.
I'm Anais.
I'm Tasha Klusky.
We'll see you next time.
Nice. Got it.